Welcome to Chime Storytime.
I'm David.
And I'm Reese.
Today we are reading Raggedy Ann meets Raggedy Andy for ages 5 to 8.
Let's meet Marcella's daddy as he gets a special package with a new friend inside. One evening, just as Daddy was finishing his day's work, a messenger boy came with a package. A nice, soft, lumpy package. Daddy opened the nice, soft, lumpy package and found a letter. Grandma had told Daddy, long before this, that at the time Raggedy Ann was made, a neighbor lady had made a boy doll, Raggedy Andy, for her little girl, who always played with Grandma. And when Grandma told Daddy this, she wondered whatever had become of her little playmate and the boy doll, Raggedy Andy. After reading the letter, Daddy opened the other package, which had been inside the soft, nice, lumpy package, and found Raggedy Andy. When Raggedy Andy was first brought to the nursery, he was very quiet. Raggedy Andy did not speak all day, but he smiled pleasantly to all the other dolls. There was Raggedy Ann, the French doll, Henny, the little Dutch doll, Uncle Clem, and a few others. Some of the dolls were without arms and legs. One had a cracked head. She was a nice doll, though, and the others all liked her very much. All of them had cried the night Susan, that was her name, fell off the toy box and cracked her china head. Raggedy Andy did not speak all day. Raggedy Andy could patiently wait until Marcella put all the dollies to bed and left them for the night, alone in the nursery. The day might have passed very slowly had it not been for the happy memories which filled Raggedy Andy's cotton-stuffed head. But he did not even fidget. Of course, he fell out of his chair once, and his shoe-button eyes went click against the floor. But it wasn't his fault. Raggedy Andy was so loppy he could hardly be placed in a chair so that he would stay, and Marcella jiggled the table. Marcella cried for Raggedy Andy, "Ah, ah!" and picked him up and snuggled him and scolded Uncle Clem for jiggling the table. Through all this, Raggedy Andy kept right on thinking his pleasant thoughts and really did not know he had fallen from the chair. You see how easy it is to pass over the little bumps of life if we are happy inside. And so Raggedy Andy was quiet all day, and so the day finally passed. Raggedy Andy was given one of Uncle Clem's clean white nighties and shared Uncle Clem's bed. Marcella kissed them all good night and left them to sleep until morning. But as soon as she had left the room, all the dolls raised up in their beds. When their little mistress's footsteps passed out of hearing, all the dollies jumped out of their beds and gathered around Raggedy Andy. Raggedy Ann introduced them one by one, and Raggedy Andy shook hands with each.
I am very happy to know you all,
he said in a voice as kindly as Raggedy Ann's.
and I hope we all like each other as much as Raggedy Ann and I have always liked each other.
Oh, indeed we shall, the dollies all answered. We love Raggedy Ann because she is so kindly and happy, and we know we shall like you too, for you talk like Raggedy Ann and have the same cheery smile.
Now that we know each other so well, what do you say to a game, Uncle Clem?
Raggedy Andy cried as he caught Uncle Clem and danced about the floor. Henny, the Dutch doll, dragged the little square music box out into the center of the room and wound it up. Then all, catching hands, danced in a circle around it, laughing and shouting in their tiny doll voices.
That was lots of fun,
Raggedy Andy said when the music stopped and all the dolls had taken seats upon the floor facing him.
You know, I've been shut up in a trunk in an attic for years and years and years.
Wasn't it very lonesome in the trunk all the time? Susan asked in her queer little cracked voice. You see, her head had been cracked.
Oh, not at all,
Raggedy Andy replied.
For there was always a nest of mice down in the corner of the trunk. cute little mama and daddy mice, and lots of little teeny weeny baby mice. And when the mama and daddy mice were away, I used to cuddle the teeny little baby mice. No wonder you were never lonesome,
said Uncle Clem, who was very kind and loved everybody and everything.
No, I was never lonesome in the old trunk in the attic, but it is far more pleasant to be out again and living here with all you nice friends,
said Raggedy Andy. And all of the dolls thought so too, for already they loved Raggedy Andy's happy smile and knew he would prove to be as kindly and lovable as Raggedy Ann. Thanks for listening to Wind Chime Storytime.
Have a great day.
And the next adventure's on the way. Bye!